I'm Jason Bovada. These are my 2021 NFL Week 3 picks. Okay, so it is currently 8:56 p.m. here in San Francisco, Sunday, September 19th, 2021. And we're going to make our NFL Week 3 picks. I'm going to cheat a little bit, and because the Monday night game from Week 2 hasn't been played yet, I'm going to add the Green Bay Packers on a money line versus the Detroit Lions. I believe the Packers win this game. I'm not going to give 11.5 points as Detroit Lions last week almost backdoor covered versus the 49ers. You know, with their new head coach, MCDC, I believe he really motivates them. So I don't think they're going to get blown out too much in this game. The Packers, I don't know how much heart they have with each other. They seem really disorganized, but I do believe they should win this game. So I will add them to my money line parlay. With our first Week 3 pick, we're going to take the Carolina Panthers on a money line. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to take them on a money line. I will play Carolina Panthers a little bit more heavy in other parlays against the spread. I do believe they will cover against the spread versus Houston Texans. The Texans, I believe, are down to the third string quarterback, Mills. But just for this parlay, I'm going to put them on a money line. But I do believe Carolina is a very good bet against the spread. 7.5 points on the road versus the Texans. They should cover that spread. But just for this parlay, I'm going to put them on a money line. Next team I will take against the spread. Arizona, they're really, really good. Jacksonville, I don't know how many games they're going to win this season. I do not believe one of those games will be versus the Arizona Cardinals. 7 points is a lot, but I do believe Lawrence turns the ball over too many times, and the Arizona Cardinals offense is extremely high-powered. So I'm going to take Arizona Cardinals -7 on the road versus the Jags. The Falcons and the Giants, I'm just going to stay away from. They're two very bad teams, not wasting any time with that. I believe Justin Fields will be starting this game. I mean, if the Bears don't start him now, I can't imagine when would they ever start him. The Red Rocket did get injured in this game. Andy Dalton got injured, and Fields finished the games versus the Bengals. The Bears did win. I believe 7.5 points is a little bit too much. I don't know what happened with Mayfield. He did seem injured in the Browns game, and the Browns did run the ball a lot. So 7.5 points for, I believe, Fields' first start, I'll take. The Browns are still injured. I don't know if Beckham Jr. will be playing this game. He probably will make his return in this game, but I still believe the Chicago Bears are good enough to stay in this game, keep it close. I don't think they could win this game. I do believe the Browns should win on a money line, but I think 7.5 points is a lot. I believe the first time I saw this line, it was at 9. So this line is moving closer to even, and I think you should be taking the points before it goes down to 4 or even 3 points with the Bears. The Bengals and the Steelers, I feel like I'm going to stay away from this game. The Steelers' offense has not looked good all season. The Bengals' offense looked really good, but they turned the ball. Burrow threw 3 interceptions versus the Bears. I would like to take the Bengals plus 4 points. This is just one of those games I'm just going to stay away from. Tennessee Titans, it's a tough one. I don't know if Wentz is injured for the Colts. He did leave the game. He did not return in the fourth quarter for the Colts. So Wentz may be injured. I don't know how much this line is going to move. Titans put off a win on the road versus Seattle this weekend, Wentz say it was luck. They came back and they won that game. I don't want to give up 5 points. I do believe if Wentz is injured, this line is going to move to 6, 7, maybe even 8 points. I will just take the Tennessee Titans to win on a money line. I do believe even if Wentz played, Tennessee could beat the Colts. I don't believe in the hype of the Colts. I don't want to give up 5 points if Wentz is playing, because then he'll probably keep the game closer. But if it's Eason, then this line is definitely going to move 6, 7, maybe even 8 or 9 points. I'm just going to take for this parlay, I will put the Tennessee Titans at home on a money line. Saints versus the Patriots. This is a tough game. The Saints, they're basically playing the third road game, right? They didn't have a first home game. The Patriots seem very businesslike. They seem really focused. I really feel like the over in this game probably would be the best, right? 43 points is one of the lowest point spreads on the board. I do believe the Saints are going to come back and put up some points on this game. I really like the Patriots. This is a game I'm just going to stay away from. I think the best bet with Washington football team and the Buffalo Bills would be the money line. I do believe in Heineke. I believe the team really likes Heineke for the Washington football team. But the Buffalo Bills, they seem to put it together this week versus Miami. That was a division game, and they beat them like 35-0. So I don't think they're going to beat Washington football team 35-0. They will be at home. But this is this team seems to be putting it together. The Washington football team defense hasn't been as locked down as it seems. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills did, put up more than 10 points on this team. I mean, to win the game by more than 10 points. I just think for this parlay, in this particular parlay, I want to add the Buffalo Bills on a money line. Obviously, I'm going to take the Las Vegas Raiders minus the 4.5 versus Miami Dolphins. I believe this is one of those weeks where, the first week of the NFL season, we didn't have many injuries, but this week we did have, unfortunately. We had a lot of injuries to starting quarterbacks. Tua went out for the Dolphins. This is why they did score 0 points versus Buffalo Bills. I don't believe the I don't believe the Miami Dolphins have enough offense to keep up with this Las Vegas Raiders offense. So I think minus 4.5 is pretty low. I think pretty later on in the week, this line will move up to 7, maybe even 8 points. The Las Vegas Raiders seem pretty official, right? And I don't know how you could believe in the Miami Dolphins if they don't have a starting quarterback. So I'm going to take the easy money lock of the week. Las Vegas Raiders minus 4.5. I'll take that. Originally I was going to take Denver Broncos minus 11 versus the Jets. This will be Wilson's first game at Mile High Stadium. Denver Broncos, they're really good at beating really bad teams, right? Wilson just threw like 4 interceptions in this game. I'm just going to take them on a money line in this parlay. Obviously, I think in other parlays, smaller parlays, I will take Denver minus 11 points. I'd give up that many points. I don't believe the Jets have any chance to win this game. They literally may be the worst team in the league. But for this particular parlay, I'm going to add the Denver Broncos just on a money line. It's a high number, minus 655. A lot of people will be betting on Denver, putting them in parlays. I just don't want to give them 11 points in this parlay. Seattle and the Vikings, I'm going to stay away from. I will probably tease the Vikings, give them like a 6-point teaser and put that number up to like 7 points. I don't think Seattle's going to beat them by that many points. Vikings lose games pretty close this season, but I'm not going to take the plus 1 point. That's not enough for me. Kind of the same argument. I'm just going to sit back and be a fan of this game, right? I'm not betting against Tampa Bay Buccaneers many times this season. I'm definitely not betting against the Los Angeles Rams many times this season. So this is I'm just going to sit back. It's the Sunday night. No, it's not the Sunday night game. Oh my God, it's not the Sunday night. I thought it was a Sunday night game. Okay, no, it's just a late game Sunday night. Next Sunday, it's a late game. I'll just sit back, be a fan of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Los Angeles Rams. Obviously, a lot of people will be thinking that this will be like a preview of a playoff game. This probably will be a preview of a playoff game. So I'm just going to sit back and enjoy this game. In the last game, Bovada is offering us at the moment will be the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Dallas Cowboys. I like the Cowboys minus 4. I just worry, it seems like every week during the week, the Dallas Cowboys have like a major injury to either the offense or the defense players. So with this being a division game, I think the best bet, the sharp bet, would be just for this parlay, this particular parlay, will be to take the Dallas Cowboys on a money line. This is actually my final week as a resident in San Francisco, and I will be moving to Las Vegas, Nevada, and Bovada does not offer services in Las Vegas, Nevada. So we're going to empty the bank account for the most part, and we will be adding a few more picks to this parlay. We have a boxing event this weekend. We have Anthony Joshua facing Usyk. I'm going to be adding Anthony Joshua to this parlay, minus 285. And there's also UFC 266 this weekend. So I definitely have been adding Valentina Bullet Shevchenko to almost all of my parlays the last few months. So she's in a few smaller parlays on the side, as is Anthony Joshua. So I will be adding both of those fighters to this parlay. And Valentina Bullet Shevchenko is a minus 1,500. Okay, so this is a 11-pick parlay that's a plus 4080. We're going to take the Las Vegas Raiders minus 4.5. We're taking the Denver Broncos on a money line versus the Jets. We will take the Buffalo Bills on a money line versus the Washington football team. We're taking the Arizona Cardinals minus 7 versus Jags. We will take the plus 7.5 with my boy Fields. Chicago Bears at the Browns. We're taking the Tennessee Titans on a money line. Pay attention to that line. If it's ruled that Watts is out of that game, bet heavy on the Titans this week. We will also be betting pretty heavy this week with the Carolina Panthers, but for this particular parlay, we just took them on a money line. We're taking the Dallas Cowboys on a money line versus the Philadelphia Eagles. We're taking a week 2 game, the final week 2 game on a Monday night. We're taking the Green Bay Packers to beat the Detroit Lions. We're taking Green Bay Packers on a money line. That's a week 2 game. We're taking a UFC 266 pay-per-view main event. Well, not the main event, pay-per-view co-main event, I believe. Valentina Bullet Shevchenko, we're taking her on in this parlay minus 1493, and we're taking Anthony Joshua, a boxing event this weekend, minus 285 versus Usyk. 11-team parlay for plus 4080. We're going to bet $8.79 to win $358.62. Okay, so there you have it. Those are my 2021 NFL Week 3 picks. Las Vegas Raiders minus 4.5. We're taking Denver Broncos minus on a money line minus 654. Buffalo Bills on a money line minus 444. Arizona Cardinals minus 7.5 against the spread. We're taking the Chicago Bears plus 7.5 against the spread. Tennessee Titans on a money line minus 240. Carolina Panthers, that's the Thursday night game, on a money line minus 360. Dallas Cowboys on a money line minus 200. Green Bay Packers, this is a week 2 game. This is a Monday night game tomorrow night. Hopefully this doesn't in my parlay at the first bet, of course, but we're gonna, I believe, heavy in the Green Bay Packers. They should come back to win this game. They're at home versus the Detroit Lions. There's no excuse to lose this game, respectfully. No excuse. So we're gonna add the Green Bay Packers, a week 2 game on a money line minus 556. Valentina Bullet Shevchenko, a UFC event, UFC 266 minus 1493, and we're gonna end it with a Anthony Joshua boxing event versus Usyk. We're gonna take Anthony Joshua to win that fight minus 285. That's my 11-team Week 3 NFL picks. Will I go 11-0 or will I go 0-11? What are your NFL Week 3 picks? Who are your favorites? What's your lock of the week? Who's your favorite home team of the week? Who's your favorite visiting team of the week? Who's your upset? Who's the dog of the week? What game are you looking forward to most in NFL Week 3? My game would be Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Los Angeles Rams. I'm Jason Bovada. This is my final week on Bovada as I will be moving to Las Vegas. So next week I believe, uploading videos from like the BetMGM app in Las Vegas, Nevada. These are my NFL Week 3 picks. 11-team parlay, $8.79 bet to win $358.62.